Hi, did you know that God knew you in the womb and that He had a purpose for you, for your life? Today, I want to give you 4 examples of that evidence that after this video, you will no longer wonder if there is something for you to do. So first, let me start off by reading Psalms 139, verses 15 through 18. It says that your frame was not hidden from me when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Yes, your eyes saw my unformed body, and all the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. That's Psalms 139, 15 through 18, where it says that He has a plan for you. So I want to start with someone that you may not be familiar or you may be familiar, and that is with Jeremiah. So I'm going to give you your first example. Jeremiah, he was told this. So it says, the word of the Lord came to him and said that before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. And before you were born, I set you apart already. And I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. Now, this is what God told Jeremiah when He talks to him for the first time. So Jeremiah says, I don't know that he didn't know how to speak because he was too young. And the Lord said to him, do not say that you're too young. You must go to everyone that I send you to and say whatever I command you to say. And do not be afraid of them, for I am with you, He said, and I will rescue you, declares the Lord. And then the Lord reached out His hand and touched his mouth and said to him, I have put my words in your mouth. Isn't that wonderful? Now, example number 2. We're going with Gideon. So here's Gideon. He is outside threshing, and an angel appears to him, and he says to Gideon, the Lord is with you, mighty warrior. And Gideon says, pardon me? Like, excuse me? And he says, well, if the Lord is with me and with us, then why all this stuff been happening? Like, all the stuff that's been going on with us. So he's like, where are all your wonders that you told our ancestors? My ancestors, he said, and what about what you said that, when you brought us out of Egypt? He was like, but now you have abandoned us and you have given us over to the hand of our enemies. And they, look, Lord, I don't know. And so he turned to the Lord and he said, go in strength and save your people. I am sending you. And Gideon then was like, pardon me? And replied again, how can he save his people when his clan, he says, is the weakest of the whole group? Like, their family was the weakest, he said. And then he said that out of my family, he was the least of the family. So how was God going to use that? Use this situation, right? And so this is what God told him. The Lord says, I will be with you, and you will strike down those enemies, leaving them none alive. Okay? Perfect example, right? So God did what He said, and He promised him. Right. So here is another example. We are going to go over here to Saul. Now, Saul was persecuting the Christians. He was killing them, men, women, children, rounding them up. Look, y'all got to go. And so it says that Saul was still breathing out murderous threats against the Lord's disciples. So that at this point, he at the disciples like, listen, y'all next, right? And it said that as he neared Damascus on his journey, suddenly a light flashed from heaven, and he fell to the ground. Not the men that were with him, only him, because this is who God was having this encounter with. It said he fell to the ground, and he heard a voice say to him, Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me? And he asked, Who are you? And the reply was, I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting. He said, now get up and go into the city, and you will be told what to do next. He got up blind, and the people that was with him that didn't have this encounter had to lead him into the city, and God worked a mighty work in his life. Then we have fourth Isaiah, and this is what happened to Isaiah. And it's so many times where we be like, oh, my past this, my past that, so God doesn't have a purpose for me, or he can't use me. Listen to the story of Isaiah. Isaiah says, I saw the Lord high and exalted, sitting on a throne, and the train of his robe filled the temple. And above him were seraphims, each with 6 wings. 2 that covered their face, 2 that covered their feet, and 2 they used for flying. And they were calling to each other, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty. The whole earth is full of his glory. Till at the sound of their voices, right, the doorposts and the thresholds shook, and the temple filled with smoke. So when Isaiah saw this vision, he was like, whoa, I am ruined. He was like, he is ruined. He wasn't even worth seeing it. He not even worth being involved or whatever was going to happen next, right? So he then went to say, for I am of unclean lips, and I live with people of unclean lips, right? And now my eyes have seen the King, the Lord Almighty. And then one of the seraphims flew to him with a live coal in his hand, which he had taken off of the altar. And he touched Isaiah's mouth with it, right? And he then said, see, this has touched your lips, and your guilt is taken away, and your sin atoned for. And then the voice of the Lord said unto Isaiah, whom shall I send? And who will go for us? So now Isaiah was like, here I am, send me. So I hope this video encouraged you. If this sounds like you, leave a share, a comment. I would ask that you would like and share this video to someone that is wondering, do they have a purpose? Can God use them? No, he can't use them. And if he can, all their sins and this and that and the other reasons why. Here are 4 examples of evidence that God can use them and that they have a purpose for their life, and so do you. So until next time, bye for now.